The Bee of Joy, banking formation, is gathering its resources, ready to get its banking licence. When it's got enough capital, it will be able to get its banking licence, and then it will be called the Bank of Joy. How solid are the money markets? What are they built on? What kind of information are they founded on? How's that going to pan out in the next few years? In 2008, there was a fairly major crash. Is there a danger that that could happen again? Well, I think bearing in mind the foundations upon which this edifice of the financial system is based, that's quite likely. You see, those people that know all about how the world really is and who have worked in the areas where the money is moved around, they have quite a good idea that our financial system is not based at all on solid ground. You see, it's a question of collapse. What a good job that we can have an alternative system, our own little piggy bank that operates quite separately from those global networks. The Bank of Joy is another option. This is going to operate quite separately and quite distinctly from the banking system, with its own aims and principles, which are based on abundance, based on joy, and they give you quite a lot of independence. The Bank of Joy is investing the members' money in solid investments. It tells you about this on the website. That involves the banking sector, but it's very well researched at the moment. They're also investing in projects, and the priorities are to do with food and healthcare and affordable housing, and also clean water. And a lot of problems with the quality of tap water. This is an issue which is almost certainly going to get worse before it gets better, with initiatives like fracking and the change in the water system with chloramines and plastic piping, which are demanding more additives be put into the water system. So there is going to be a real need at some point in the future for alternative independent water supplies, and this is something that the Bank of Joy also will invest in, creating a better future for everybody. In addition to clean energy. In many ways, in the Bank of Joy, it's a little bit like shining a light, and that light is going to branch out to other places. This banking isn't just about money, it is about investment, because it's investing in the future, it's investing in people, and most importantly, it's investing in the spiritual values which are going to create a much better future for our children. A cooperative's an interesting idea. It's the idea of working together in a shared purpose to create something that benefits everybody. There are cooperatives that are very successful in northern Spain and in a lot of parts of the world, Africa, South America. Apparently there are lots of cooperative movements in the UK as well. Sometimes if we think about this concept, we might think, I'm talking for myself now, that we want to be individuals rather than joining something. I'm very much an individual. For instance, I've never joined a political party, although I've always been interested in politics and I've been interested in ideas. I think what we need to bear in mind, though, is that we, the people, in a sense, we're already cooperating, or you could say co-opted into organisations in society. For instance, our government is an organisation that we are part of, we are answerable to, and that we actually have no choice in. So, and if we choose not to do certain things, like perhaps pay tax because we feel that some of the tax money is going to very unethical things, then we're persecuted for it. The benefit of a cooperative movement is that you have a choice. It's your free will. If that cooperative suits you, you join it. And if it no longer suits you, you can simply leave. A cooperative movement isn't about everybody being the same. We're all individuals and we're all different. It's about unity in diversity. We choose to club together for the mutual interest, even though we're all completely different. It might seem a bit superficial, but I just wanted to say that I've got a huge amount of confidence in the people that have set up the Bank of Joy. Obviously, I got to know a lot of them because I've set up a Facebook group where a lot of the Bank of Joy people are interacting in that, the Friends of Ronald Bernard group. At first, my only real knowledge was Ronald himself, and obviously he's got that very important experience in the financial sector in asset management to begin with, where he really saw how things worked at the top of the ladder and how the money system was constructed. And then he's done his social projects where he's sort of invented things from the ground up, really using the goodwill of the people and creating something for the people. But then through interacting in the group, I've obviously got to know these other people, and I have to say Ronald is not particularly an exception. There's a lot of really talented and experienced people who are also very enlightened, so it's actually been a real privilege for me to get to know them. When you're joining the Bank of Joy, you are becoming a co-owner in the bank. It's a cooperative bank, but this co-ownership is very special. There are other banks which are cooperative, but you are not a co-owner in those. So this gives a lot of control over the direction that the bank is going to take, governed also by the cooperative, which is part of the organisation. The cooperative is governed by the United People Foundation, and that gives benefits like clean, innovative energy that's really in tune with the planet, healthy food, and also certain financial products and things which are not available to other people, certain cooperation between businesses, and housing. There's all sorts of benefits. How much is all this going to cost? Your eternal membership certificate will cost £90. So if you imagine an average person, say, might live 30 years after they've bought their eternal membership certificate, maybe then it's going to cost you only £3 a year. I wonder if there's enough money in the kids' money bank to pay for this month's membership. Let's have a look. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Not quite enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. 25p a month. The moment the Bank of Joy is fully operational, the cooperative will start. And they said for a guide price, the cooperative membership would be about €24 a year. That works out on current exchange rates about £21 a year. Being in the Bank of Joy also involves an element of doing. It's a way of moving from being an observer of perhaps things that are wrong in the world to a participator and a co-creator. It's a way of being present in the moment and starting to create something that you want to see. I always like to multitask, so that's one of the reasons why the Bank of Joy appeals to me, because it's a way of meeting a lot of the things that I would like to meet in my life, creating a better world, having some safety for myself, meeting some new friends. As you can see, I'm multitasking right now because I'm wrapping this present, and my sellotape is getting very twisted. There we go. It's not perfect, but it'll do. You've got to start somewhere when you're creating a new world. When it's got enough capital, it will be able to get its banking license, and then it will be called the Bank of Joy.